What is an earthquake? It's a sudden shaking of the ground caused by movement deep within the Earth. Our planet's surface is made of huge sections called tectonic plates, always moving and sometimes colliding. When pressure builds up, rocks break and release energy as waves. What we feel is an earthquake. Most quakes are small, but some can reshape landscapes and change lives. Understanding earthquakes helps us prepare and build safer communities on our ever-changing planet. It might feel like you're hearing about earthquakes more often lately. News reports and social media posts just seem to be full of stories about the ground shaking in different parts of the world. This can be pretty unsettling, honestly. It might make you wonder if the number of earthquakes is actually increasing. Are we living in a time of greater seismic activity? Is our planet becoming more unstable? These are really important questions, and they deserve a clear and honest answer. It's natural to feel a sense of concern when you see images of earthquake damage or hear from people who've experienced a major tremor in their community. The truth is, according to scientists who study this all the time, the total number of earthquakes happening globally hasn't really changed. The Earth continues its slow and steady geological rhythm. We're not experiencing a global surge in the frequency of large earthquakes. What has changed dramatically is our ability to detect them and our ability to share information about them instantly. We have more seismic monitoring stations around the world than ever before. Even small quakes in remote areas are now recorded. This gives us a much more complete picture of the planet's constant activity, making it seem like more is happening. Furthermore, we live in a highly connected world. When an earthquake happens anywhere on the globe, news travels in seconds. A quake in Japan, Turkey, or California can be a top story in cities thousands of miles away within minutes. Mobile phones with cameras allow people on the scene to share their experiences immediately. This global network of information makes us all more aware of events that, in the past, might have gone unnoticed by the wider world. So it's not necessarily more quakes, but more awareness of the quakes that are happening. This increased visibility brings the reality of seismic hazards into our daily lives. This brings us to why this conversation is so important right now, in July of 2025. Recent seismic events in the United States and other key areas have brought the topic to the forefront. These aren't just abstract scientific data points. They're events that have affected real people, families, and communities. They serve as a powerful reminder that we need to be prepared. Understanding the science is one part, but knowing what to do for your own safety is another. In this discussion, we'll look at the facts, explore the recent activity, and provide clear, practical steps to help you stay informed and safe. The Pacific Ring of Fire is a vast zone of intense seismic and volcanic activity, where the Pacific Plate grinds against others, producing most of the world's powerful earthquakes. In early 2025, major quakes struck Japan and Vanuatu, reminding us of the immense power simmering beneath the ocean floor. The depth of an earthquake is as important as its magnitude, shaping its impact on people and infrastructure. For those living along the Ring of Fire, these events are a powerful reminder to stay vigilant and prepared. In 2025, the collision zone from the Mediterranean to the Himalayas has seen powerful earthquakes, shaped by the African and Arabian plates pushing into Eurasia. A magnitude 6.8 quake struck western Iran, causing significant damage and reminding us of the region's seismic history. Greece and Turkey, too, felt moderate tremors, keeping earthquake risk top of mind. For millions living here, these tremors are a constant reminder of the Earth's restless power. The Pacific Ring of Fire runs along the America's west coast, making it a hotspot for earthquakes. In 2025, Peru and Chile saw powerful quakes, while Central America faced damaging tremors. Deep quakes off Peru and shallow ones in Chile tested emergency systems and building codes. Central America's complex faults caused local damage and landslides. From Chile to Guatemala, these quakes are reminders. Millions live in the shadow of Earth's restless plates. California's seismic reputation held strong in 2025, with a magnitude 5.8 quake near Ridgecrest jolting millions and triggering the Shake Alert system. The quake caused only minor damage but served as a real-world drill, reminding residents that preparedness is essential. Meanwhile, a swarm of small quakes along the Hayward Fault kept the Bay Area on edge, highlighting the constant risk in urban centers. Every tremor, big or small, reinforces the message: in California, readiness isn't optional. Alaska, the true earthquake capital, saw a magnitude 6.9 quake in the Aleutians in early 2025, prompting tsunami warnings and swift evacuations. Anchorage and the Cook Inlet continued to rumble with aftershocks from the 2018 quake, keeping residents alert. Alaska's relentless seismic activity is both a scientific goldmine and a daily reality check for its people. Here, resilience and respect for the land's power are a way of life. In May 2025, a magnitude 4.7 earthquake in central Virginia startled millions from D.C. to North Carolina. The quake's reach was amplified by the East Coast's ancient solid crust, making the shaking widely felt but causing little damage. The event reignited memories of the 2011 mineral quake and sparked urgent conversations about preparedness in a region unaccustomed to seismic risk. For many, the psychological impact outweighed the physical, serving as a wake-up call that no region is immune. Earthquake awareness is now a national conversation, not just a West Coast concern. The New Madrid seismic zone quietly reminded the Midwest of its hidden power with a magnitude 3.9 quake near New Madrid, Missouri. Oklahoma's tremors, both natural and induced, continued at a reduced pace, reflecting the region's altered geology. These subtle quakes are crucial reminders that major fault systems lie beneath America's heartland. Even far from the coasts, vigilance and preparation remain vital. Earth's crust is a jigsaw of tectonic plates, slowly shifting atop the mantle. Where these plates meet, stress builds until it's violently released, causing earthquakes. Like two rough blocks sticking and slipping, plates store energy for years before suddenly unleashing it as seismic waves. This process drives nearly all earthquakes, shaping continents and reminding us of the planet's restless nature. Understanding these forces is key to living safely on our ever-changing Earth. Tectonic plates don't meet at simple lines, but in complex fault zones, fractured areas where the Earth's crust moves. Faults are cracks where movement happens, and earthquakes occur when stress causes sudden slips. There are three main types: normal, reverse, and strike-slip faults. The San Andreas Fault is a famous strike-slip fault, where blocks slide past each other. Earthquakes often strike the same regions, like California and Japan, because they sit on these active fault zones. Stress builds up along a fault line for years, until the rock can't hold anymore and finally breaks. Sometimes a smaller quake or even underground fluids can tip the balance, but most often it's the slow, relentless movement of tectonic plates that pulls the trigger. We know where the stress is building, but not exactly when it will give way, so preparation and resilience are always key. The best time to prepare for an earthquake is before it happens. Look around your home and secure heavy furniture, shelves, and breakable items. Anchor tall bookcases, use safety straps, and install cabinet latches. Prepare an emergency kit with water, food, and supplies for at least 3 days. Know how to turn off your gas, water, and electricity. Taking these steps gives you peace of mind and keeps your family safe. Communication is key in an emergency. Make a family plan for where to meet and how to reconnect if separated. Teach everyone to text, don't talk, and have an out-of-state contact. Practice your plan regularly, including for children, elderly, and pets, so everyone knows what to do. A well-prepared plan builds confidence and keeps your family safe. When an earthquake strikes, remember, drop, cover, and hold on. Drop to your hands and knees, cover under sturdy furniture, and hold on until the shaking stops. Most injuries come from falling objects, not collapsing buildings. Stay away from windows and anything that could fall. Hold on to your shelter and protect your head and neck. Practice drop, cover, and hold on until it's automatic. It could save your life. Once the shaking has stopped, your work is not over. The period immediately following an earthquake is critical and requires calm, careful action. First, check yourself for injuries, then check the people around you. Administer first aid for any minor injuries if you are trained to do so. Do not move seriously injured people unless they are in immediate danger of further harm. Once you have assessed the people, you need to assess your immediate environment for safety. Look around for falling debris, broken glass, and other hazards. If you are in a damaged building, get out as quickly and safely as possible and move to your pre-designated outdoor meeting spot. Be prepared for aftershocks. These are smaller earthquakes that often follow the main shock and can occur for hours, days, or even weeks afterward. While they are usually weaker than the main quake, they can be strong enough to cause additional damage to weakened structures and can be very frightening. Each time you feel an aftershock, you must drop, cover, and hold on again. This is why it is critical to move to a safe, open area away from buildings if possible. Listen to your battery-powered or hand-crank radio for the latest emergency information and instructions from authorities. Do not rely on your phone for information, as networks will be congested. Once you are in a safe place, you can begin to assess your home, but only if you are certain it is structurally sound. Check for gas, electric, and water line damage. If you smell gas, see a broken line, or hear a hissing sound, open a window and get everyone out immediately. If it is safe to do so, turn off the gas at the main valve. Do not use matches, lighters, or any electrical switches, as a spark could ignite the gas. Check your sewage lines for damage before you use the toilets. If you see damage to your home's foundation or structure, you will need to have it inspected by a professional before you can safely re-enter. Finally, focus on community. After ensuring your own family is safe, check on your neighbors, especially those who might need extra help, such as the elderly, people with disabilities, or families with young children. The immediate response in a major disaster often comes from neighbors helping neighbors, long before official first responders can arrive. By working together, communities can clear debris, share resources, and provide emotional support to one another. Your preparedness and cooperation can make a huge difference in how well your entire community recovers from the event. Staying aware, safe, and connected is the key to resilience. In the age of social media and instant news, rumors and misinformation can spread just as fast as the seismic waves from an earthquake itself. It is incredibly important to know where to find accurate, scientific, and up-to-date information. Your primary and most trusted source for earthquake data in the United States should always be the U.S. Geological Survey, or USGS. Their website, earthquake.usgs.gov, is a comprehensive resource that provides real-time information on earthquakes happening all over the world. You can see the latest quakes on an interactive map, view their magnitude, location, and depth, and even read reports from people who felt the tremor. This is the raw data that news agencies and scientists use. Learning how to navigate the USGS website is a powerful skill. You can easily search for recent earthquake activity in your specific area or look at global trends. The site offers detailed maps showing fault lines, historical earthquake data, and hazard assessments for different regions. For example, you can type "latest earthquakes California" into their search bar to get an immediate list and map. They also provide fantastic educational resources that explain the science behind earthquakes in simple terms. By bookmarking this site and checking it directly, you can bypass sensationalized headlines and get the facts straight from the source, empowering yourself with knowledge instead of fear. Beyond the USGS, there are other excellent resources you can turn to for reliable information. For those living in areas with advanced early warning systems like California, the MyShake app is an essential tool. It not only provides alerts but also collects data from your phone to help detect earthquakes. The Incorporated Research Institutions for Seismology, or IRIS, is another fantastic educational resource, offering animations, videos, and articles that make complex topics easy to understand. For global information, the European Mediterranean Seismological Center, or EMSC, provides another reliable real-time feed of seismic events. Relying on these official scientific bodies ensures you are getting credible facts. When you are searching online, be critical of your sources. Look for information from university geology departments, state geological surveys, and established emergency management agencies like FEMA or your state's Office of Emergency Services. Use specific and clear search terms such as USGS Recent Earthquakes, Pacific Northwest, or California Earthquake Preparedness Guide. Be wary of personal blogs or social media accounts claiming to predict earthquakes, as this is not scientifically possible. By knowing where to look and what to look for, you can stay informed, aware, and properly prepared for any future seismic events that may occur in your region. Our planet is always moving. Tectonic plates shape our landscapes and sometimes unleash powerful earthquakes. These events aren't chaos, but reminders of Earth's dynamic nature. We can't predict earthquakes, but we can prepare. Stay informed, build an emergency kit, and practice safety drills. By taking action, we protect our families and communities, and move forward with confidence on our ever-changing Earth.